I'm so glad that people are finally calling out this like pretty girl humor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the perfect reference video for this is that video of Sydney Sweeney with like that bubble thing. And she's like, I'm gonna name it Bob. I don't know why, just Bob. It's so simple. He's just Bob. It's very much like their humor never developed past the 4th grade because neither did their looks.
People's humor is so hilarious to me because I had that like you need to nerd out trend popped up and they were like a really conventionally attractive person. And I scrolled to see like, oh, you know, what are you nerding out? Taco Bell, Target, the summer I turned pretty, but the books, not the show, obviously, of course. It's like, you're not nerding. Like, do you understand the trend? Like, you could have at least put Marvel.
The baddies with no personalities pandemic needs to be stopped because I'm tired of seeing these lives and this is what they look like.
I'm 20. No, I am in school. I go to school for psychology. What school do I go to? I'm not gonna say that.
Like, bro, be real, yo. Oh my god, can you come on here and say a joke or make me laugh or something?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaya and welcome to another episode of Amaya's Unsolicited Opinions. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why pretty people are boring and how this whole conversation started. What inspired me to make this video is there's this current trend on TikTok where people are essentially making jokes and mocking pretty people for posing on the camera in videos, or when they're making hot takes and saying things they think are interesting are essentially boring.
You need to nerd out.
Like 9 times out of 10, you can tell when somebody grew up pretty because their hobbies, like, they all end up being trends. That's definitely not to say that you can't like trendy stuff. Like, if you like Love Island, watch Love Island. Like, do what you like doing. But it's always been the people who grew up pretty enjoying the stuff that's currently trending. Nothing that's like that was trending before or that's old, but just the stuff that's currently in.
While we're on the topic of pretty people humor, like, the whole like you need to nerd out and then you swipe and it's like Taco Bell and Netflix and like Roblox. Can we talk about the phenomenon where it's like kind of common, I feel, for like really skinny pretty girls to kind of latch onto a fast food and like make that fast food chain their personality, like specifically with Taco Bell.
That's too much on the Taco Bell now. Come on now, girl.
Like, I can't tell you how many pretty skinny girls I knew that literally make me like, oh my god, like I just need some Taco Bell, like I'm hungover, I need Taco Bell, like just a girl who loves Taco Bell, like in their bio, for example, and like made it a personality trait. Like, I'm not slamming people, like I also like Taco Bell, but it's just so funny that if someone in a bigger body were to say the same thing, it would no longer be seen as quirky and relatable and lovable. But that's a different conversation for a different time.
To add nuance to this conversation, pretty is objective, but in this video I'm going to be talking about a conventionally attractive people. People where not even just conventionally attractive people, because I think also what adds to this pretty people being boring conversation is what you look like. Like, I would say not to be messy or anything, but minorities who are pretty still grow up with this interesting personality if they haven't been, let's say, pushed or upheld by other races, like the majority race. Because I'm not trying to be messy, but I am trying to be real. Like, I'm gonna just be honest.
No one talks about growing up the ugly friend that was never actually ugly. I was just black. Being a black girl was like an automatic write-off. What do you mean you're black? You're ugly. That's what you are. Like, I remember anytime me and my friends would go out, like all my friends were white, by the way. And anytime we would go out, like different groups of boys would come up to us. But honestly, it would be like I wasn't even there. I wouldn't even get a hello. The most I'd get is this. Ugh. Like, why have you brought your pet monkey out with you? Pure invisible. Every other day it was black girls this, black girls that, black.
Blonde hair and blue eyes, and that was automatically pretty. Yes, when it comes to having nuanced conversations and having interesting takes, they're going to fall flat because they've been brought up in a society that has told them and has given them things because of the way that they looked and the way that they act, which has caused them to miss out on having quirky personality traits.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has her genes.
Also, the use of social media, you've also started to see this rise of influencers similar to what I just spoke about, that just do nothing, or they repeat the same takes from people that look like them, or they steal the takes from minority groups, and then when they get exposed for stealing the takes, act like it never happened.
This is so incredibly unfortunate because this could have been solved very, very easily. About an hour ago, I received a DM from somebody saying, hey, it looks like this creator has copied your video because it's almost the same word for word. So I check out the video and then I commented, oh, with an exclamation mark. It's kind of like giving like a little nudge of like, hey, I see your video looks very similar to mine. My comment gets deleted from that video. So then I make the video that's attached to this comment right here. And now that I've made that video, it appears that the creator that copied my content has now blocked me. And honestly, I just think that's incredibly unfortunate. It's incredibly unfortunate because not only is that creator somebody with a larger platform than mine, so it's not like you even needed to steal my content in the first place, but then also this could have easily been solved if you were to just tag me into the description or a comment to say, hey, I got this video from Exo Simone, but now you didn't do that.
We are currently within this rise of influencers that do nothing, and you know, I follow a lot of girlies on the gram and on TikTok who are beautiful just because they're beautiful, they're cunty, I love the outfits, I love the walks, and they can do it. But when the internet is starting to become saturated with people who do that same thing 24/7, it starts to get exhausting.
You ever notice that people who are famous on Instagram come to TikTok and it's crickets? They're not popular on here. Some people are just good at looking good on Instagram. They go to Instagram and they got like a couple 100,000. They got the K, whatever, and then they come to TikTok and it's crickets. Some people are just good at looking good. Some people are not good at attracting an audience. Me, it's the total opposite. I know how to talk on TikTok and in my Instagram. I'm like lame on Instagram because I just don't like posting pictures. I like talking to the camera. I'm just not a, hey bro, flick me up type of dude. I'm a, hello. Like some people really are just good at looking good. I'm not talking about you unicorns who have both. Y'all just some gifted, talented, fairy unicorns, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Why is it like,
especially when it comes to people who are currently getting on the internet and saying it's so hard for me to, being a person who's not conventionally unattractive and ugly, and under their comment sections people are dismissing their feelings and saying that they're not valid and they actually see them as beautiful. That's because they never grown up and never were told that they were ugly by other children and other individuals. Because personally, when I see somebody get on the internet and say they feel ugly and they've grown up their whole lives and been treated like an ugly person, the first response I have to them is not to tell them they're beautiful, because I feel like that is pushing their emotions to the side, pushing how they're feeling to the side, and it's not getting to the root of the conversation. The root of the conversation should be, who made you feel like you were that way because of the human being that I'm seeing right now in my face.
I feel sometimes people try to be so fake nice and positive that it's almost insulting. I'm an average looking person. I'm really, really aware of it. And if I were to make a post like that, you'll have a bunch of people that likely never experienced those feelings, the alienation, the loneliness, comparing yourself, like people that don't really experience that as often as other people do because they don't have that like issue. They may have like pretty privilege or something. Going to invalidate someone and how they feel and their daily life struggles. It's like having a Victoria's Secret supermodel tell you, no babe, but you're gorgeous, like you're so pretty. It's not almost insulting, it is insulting.
Also, what I've started to notice is this rise of pretty girl content where girls will get on the internet and say things like, everybody is jealous of you, and when you're pretty, life is harder. People try to backstab you in the back easier because how they look, and try to sum everything up and suck everything up into people are just mad because you're pretty. Now, I have dealt with I've dealt with a lot of jealousy. I don't like to just sum that up into people being jealous of my looks, because I'm a person that's far past my looks. So that is just an add-on to it. I would like to say that I've been around pretty people, gorgeous human beings, and they've been the boring to talk to and to have conversations with and to be real with, because they're not talking about anything. But when you meet somebody, regardless of how they look, when they're just glowing and beautiful as a human being, the type of jealousy they're going to experience from other people is going to be similar to what these women are saying on the internet. but far beyond looks. And now what I've started to notice on the internet is we're in this current day and age where authenticity and realness is being more craved than beauty. Even though, you know, there's so many girls on the net that are just being followed and liked because of their looks. You're starting to see more people get on the internet and do weird things and say weird things and have fun and be themselves, especially on TikTok. Being aesthetically pleasing will gain you followers, but over time it will not gain you a community, because even the makeup girlies, a lot of the girlies follow the makeup girlies because they're beautiful, but you better believe that makeup technique better be on 10, because if a girly tries to try your technique, puts it on and it's not looking right, of course you can sum it up into, well, the makeup is going to look different because that's her face and that's her face, and you can expect your face to look exactly the same from another girl's facial structure and makeup routine. But babe, if you're not handing out the tips like a Makai or like a Tony Bravo, babe, you're gonna be kicked to the side. I don't really think being pretty is a problem necessarily. I love beauty. I love staring at people. I love admiring beautiful women, but I hate disgusting people, you know, people with a bad tooth, because people like to get on the internet and say mean stuff because they're pretty, and it's just like, babe, go on with that. You can't just, oh, everybody is ugly. Okay, you're ugly from within. Okay, TikTok, the clock is ticking on your looks. Okay, the clock is ticking on your looks, babe. But yeah, that was it for this video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my other channel, and have a beautiful day.
Life move fast and you know what you want. I know this look like cranberry.